Mind Shattered 3D.
Hey YouTube, I'm your friendly neighborhood 3D printer guy, Sean, Mind Shattered 3D. I wanted to make a video, everybody's favorite video, of a printer unboxing or unboxing of any kind. This is my second Snapmaker U1. I purchased every printer that I have with my own money here, so keep that in mind. It is one of my favorite 3D printers, definitely because of the less waste, but also the reliability and the quality that I get from my prints. I mean, they just turn out fantastic, and it's helped me so much with my little mini 3D printing business that I currently have. My customers love the way these prints look. But what I want you guys to do is I want you to leave some comments, and of course like and subscribe please, because I'm poor, down below about what's your favorite multi-tool head printer. Because I know we only have really three to choose from, technically four with the Prusa, but if you eliminate the Prusa from the equation because of the cost and the age, we basically are down to the Bamboo H2C, the Snapmaker U1, and FlashForge's Creator 5 Pro. Now, me personally, I've never used a FlashForge product in my life, so I would love to, try out that unit, get my hands on it. So FlashForge, you're watching, hey, send it your way. This could be a unique review from a 3D printer, user and guy that's never used your product before. Maybe, this is the type of review that you're looking for. So, hey, I'm poor, send it to me, I'll review it, and give my honest opinion about it. But as of right now, I have nothing to go on other than the specs of the Creator 5 Pro. And I will say that there's a few things I'm not impressed with the 5 and 5 Pro. I don't love the looks in particularly of it. I think the 5 Pro will compete more with the U1 overall though, because of that heated chamber where the U1 doesn't have that. I feel like it coming with the top cover is vital, especially when you're reaching that almost $1,000 price point. Snapmaker, send the top with the printer. Like, this actually kind of reminds me of them not putting cell phone chargers in these boxes of these phones, and there's this famous YouTubers are like, put the charger in the box. Like, put the top cover in the box. If we're spending almost $1,000, why make us spend an extra $150? I get it's kind of hard to put in the printer, but make a design and make it work. Yeah, I mean, you guys get paid a lot of money for a reason. So put the top cover in the box. Give us extra filament so we can print with these things, so we can multicolor right away. Now, I know Snapmaker does. I will give them credit. They give you like 400 or 500 gram spools. There's credit to them on that. But when it comes to the top, just put it in the box. That's all I ask. Sorry, that's my mini rant. So yeah, drop in actually down below in the comments about which 3D printer that you think is going to be the best or is the best. We can debate it, that's fine, friendly debate. I'm not always right, I'm wrong a lot, so just go ahead and leave that down below, and yeah, we'll go ahead and actually talk about it and see, and like I said, the Creator 5 Pro, there's going to be a lot of pros to it as well. I can tell you the price point of the 5 is pretty incredible. But yeah, there's a few things. But honestly, if you think about it, in the 3D printer space, is there a perfect 3D printer right now? And in the world of tech, where I come from, being an IT guy, I don't think there is. Now we're getting closer. I believe multicolor is evolving, especially over the last couple of years. It's gotten really insane. But I think that as we go along in these companies, FlashForge, Anycubic and stuff, Bamboo Labs, and even Prusa, all these companies, they're going to come out with better printers to try to compete with each other. So we're going to start seeing 8 tool heads, 12 tool heads, and I know there's some on the way there that I am excited to see, because they're actually pretty cool looking. Down in the future here, that I'm definitely going to add to my fleet and, well, basically continue going broke, sadly. But yeah, it's, right now, if you're looking to get into 3D printing, there couldn't be a better time. It's fun, it's a great hobby, now my wife doesn't particularly like it. I do have a side business, I make some extra cash, that makes her happy, but I might be addicted to 3D printers. That might be possible. I don't know if there's like a place I can go, like a meeting for that. If you guys know of some, drop it in the comments. But no, seriously, this is an unboxing video of my U1. I'm just gonna take it out of the box, show you guys what it comes with. You guys probably already know. But I thought I'd use this video to for you guys to get to know me, and we can kind of discuss, what I do and don't like about the U1. And you guys can maybe ask me which favorite printer that I have. Now, keep in mind, currently I have, I guess, 2 Snapmaker U1s. I have a Quiddy Plus 4, I have an X2 Diva Bamboo, and I have a Cobra 3X and a Cobra 3 Max. And you guys can kind of, like ask me what my favorite printer is, why, Now there's printers, guys, I don't have the H2C, those printers, X2D, all these Bamboo printers. I actually love Bamboo, so me saying I love the Snapmaker U1, as nothing against Bamboo, I love their products. I just wish, he didn't have to donate a kidney to be able to buy them. So Bamboo, get those prices down too. That's another thing. That's another gripe of mine. $2,400. Yes, you're giving us a lot of a printer, but get that price down to like $1,600, $1,700. We don't need to just jack up these prices. It's bad enough. You're buying gas out there nowadays. We don't. Us tech guys can't afford this stuff. But yeah, we'll go ahead and get started, and I will go ahead and get this box and set everything up there. So bear with me. As you know, I believe these come in like a plastic. So I'm going to use my little weird unboxing knife that is eerily broken. Somebody broke this and didn't tell me. Could have been my friend Shane. I'm not sure. I'll find out when he comes back. Now, like I said, I buy these printers with my own money. I have no endorsements. I have affiliate links, but they don't work, guys. No one's gonna buy them from me. I would love to make extra cash, but it doesn't seem to be in the cards. I make more money with my 3D prints. My customers love them. I sell a lot on Marketplace. When they receive my sports team Deadpools, they're just ecstatic. They love them, makes them happy, and I really love making people happy. Yeah, I love making money, but I also want very happy clients. If my work is not up to snuff, if I see layer lines and all this type of stuff in areas I don't want to see them, I'll reprint it. And trust me, I have bad prints too. That does cost me money, as we know, which is why we keep buying 3D printers, because we want the most reliable, the biggest printer, and one that just kind of does it all. And like I said, I don't think we're quite there yet on the one printer fits all. Heck, we may never be there, right? Because technology, the way it works, is they're going to keep us going. They're going to keep us buying products. If Bamboo, Anycubic, even Elegoo, Snapmaker, Prusa, if they keep making products that, or make one that is like the best, then we're not gonna buy, any other printer from them. We're not gonna buy the version 2 of that printer or version 3 of that printer. It's just like a cell phone, guys. They're not gonna put everything in one cell phone necessarily, because they gotta top it the next year. Sometimes they can't. I think, that's why Samsungs are kind of stuck in the mud in the US, which shout out to Samsung. I love Samsung, but do something different with those phones too. That's another thing. I'm a phone guy. Do something different. I have a Fold 7. I love my Fold 7. It's a great phone. The Fold 8 specs, come on, guys. And I guarantee you they're going to charge us an extra $800, $900 to upgrade. I'm not upgrading, and like I said, I do that every year. I'm not paying $800, $900 to upgrade my phone for just a little bit better battery life. Essentially the same look of a phone. I need specs, guys. Give me specs. Sorry, side rant. But yeah, so as I'm opening this up, you're greeted with the rage bait. Okay, there we go. Well, Snapmaker, might want to put that in some different spot. That user guide By the way, how many people read the user guide? You know, maybe beginners, obviously, yeah, you know, you should. But how many people actually read this? Just kind of curious. Move that up there. There we go. Actually, I'm gonna make my screen bigger here so you can see. Okay, so let's go ahead and pull everything out the box. Now, like I said, I love how this printer comes packed too. Out of all the 3D printers I order and I receive, and trust me, it's a lot. This Snapmaker seems to be the most well packed of them all. Probably a reason why you haven't heard of too many ones damaged in shipping, because we all know UPS and FedEx and everybody, like basically shipping them just takes really good care of them. Being sarcastic. Okay. I always have boxes in my garage because I just unbox printers all day. I work on my work printers in here. I'm gonna do it all. Oh, let's go ahead and put this on the desk. Okay. Plastic we don't need. All right. Yeah, I decided to purchase another Snapmaker, mainly because of the filament savings. I mean, they kind of really pay for themselves. I make pretty good money on my 3D printing business, so I'm able to spend my, I guess you call it earnings, on different printers. I like to reinvest my money because that's just how you build a business to be successful. But I'm honestly having fun. I have fun with tech. I love putting things together. I love tinkering with them. I mentioned in my other video, I used to take apart Xboxes when I was a kid. I used to take apart, PlayStations, things like that. Me and my friend Shane, I remember one time, this was back when we were like 12, 13 years old. And, we both grew up around that time. And, we were messing with it. I mean, we used to call them all-nighters, right? I'm sure you guys maybe had those when you were just work on something, and you were just bound determined to get them working. We'd stay up to 5 a.m. and 6 a.m. We'd go to bed when the sun's out, trying to figure out how to solve issues. And I remember one of them, we were about determined to try it, to be able to put a CD burner inside of an Xbox and to see if we can actually, in Linux, use it to make an audio CD using an Xbox. Now, at that time, it wasn't documented to ever be done because it wasn't designed to do that. I mean, this is a gaming console. And sure enough, friend Shane and I figured that out. And man, we celebrated, and it was just one of those moments that I'll never forget, because when you put your mind to something, and this goes with everything in life, this is just what I believe. If you put your mind to something, you can accomplish anything. Don't let anyone ever tell you you can't. Basically anything is possible in life if you just work hard at it, right? The people that work hard at it usually get the results. We really enjoyed that time, of figuring things out, and like I said, doing the Xboxes, PlayStations, and hell, we grew up under Windows, 98, 95, even Windows 3.1 computers. I remember when I got 256 color mode, and all you guys out there, geeks, will understand what that is. And we celebrated it, because we had color that looked somewhat graphical back then. And so yeah, we had good times. I think that's when I started to really love troubleshooting and messed around for a lot of my life. Didn't really, really accomplish what I wanted to do early on. I worked a lot of retail jobs, things like that. And I just wasn't happy. I detail cars. Don't ever do that. That's miserable. Shout out to the people that love doing it though. But myself, I can't do it. In the heat it's bad, in the cold it's bad. You just can't win. I ended up. I remember leaving my one job. I work for a car dealership, and went back to school and ended up getting my first job as an internet installer, and love that job. Well, like most things, if you stay at a job long enough, it's usually not a good thing because it never gets better. Unfortunately, that's exactly what happened. You know, they made changes, fired my boss. I've seen all my coworkers get fired. It's a pretty depressing time. You know, you never want to see your friends and your coworkers get fired, by the way. Like, that is one of the most depressing things, you know, you never see, because I'm a loyal person. I don't want to ever see when, you know, I mean, heck, anyone lose their job. It's just sad. They didn't care, though, you know, for that. So I ended up, you know, was off a year and a half, and that's when I actually put cell phones on different networks. That was fun. That was when, before now you can buy your, you know, your smartphone, and, you know, now you can put them on all prepaid. Back then you couldn't, and I was able to do that. So that was pretty cool. But yeah, I just, like I said, I love tech. That's just who I am. So when my son got me into 3D printing, which he's not into a lot right now, but he does work a lot. So, you know, love you, Brady. You know, actually, I was at his house the other day. There's a lot of filament there, and I was like, why isn't he printing? Like, he has all this filament, and of course he's gonna have to dry it because it's been, you know, just sitting there. Always dry your filament too. That's another thing too. You know, have dryers available. Kind of going off a little crazy, but no, you know, Braden, use that printer. Use that printer. So yeah. Anyways, coming back to this. This is my Snapmaker U1. Now, this is the one thing I do love about Snapmaker. They give you filament from the get-go. Now, this is how it should be done. Like when you know, you're spending close to $1,000 for a printer, give them some filament. In this one, give us a top cover. Now, like I said, I know there's some restrictions. They have a hard time putting that in the box. I don't know how they would have to do it. Maybe they have to send it in a second package. That creates more cost. I get it, right? But just at least send it with it, or, you know, give everybody a massive discount or on it right away or something, where it's only costs us an extra like $25, $50 at most. Like, you know, hell, $150 for a top cover. Come on, Snapmaker, you can do better than that. That's all I'm saying, you know. But yeah, so now this printer, one thing I will say from actually, you know, putting together my first one, this printer could be easier on putting together. If you're a straight, you know, rookie out the gate, just starting out, this can be a little intimidating for you, but honestly, it's not too bad. Now that's one area where so far I've seen from FlashForge they seem to have a really easy setup. So shout out to FlashForge for that, because that is a pro to that printer. But yeah, I'm just gonna keep unboxing it here now. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to actually get this thing fully together. I'll probably make another video showing it all together and printing on my first print, because I'll just keep boring you with, you know, my chatter and driving you crazy. And yeah, I haven't slept a lot either, guys. Pretty tired, probably see it. But I just want to keep getting content out there. I'm motivated to you know, to my YouTubers, my fellow YouTubers, and so yeah, I'm gonna keep on doing this tape. They love putting tape on these printers. Probably not a bad thing. Tape keeps things together. They actually took care in packing this thing. So, like I said, you always gotta appreciate it. You've seen stories, people doing unboxings, and they're waiting forever for their brand new printer because they pre-ordered it, and then they get it and it's got glass shattered and, you know, major parts broken, and they gotta wait a good amount of time to get it again. It's not a good thing. I know those companies don't mean for that to happen, but yeah, I always appreciate when they pack well. These are all the boxes that come with it, obviously. Right here, I have everything in here. Packing stuff don't need. So yeah, I'm gonna get this. I don't know if I'm gonna do it tonight because I'm getting pretty tired, but maybe I'll start up tomorrow where I left off, and we'll get more footage of this, putting this together, and we'll kind of go from there. So I think I'll end the video here, but like I said, guys, just leave your thoughts and comments below about what you think the best multi-tool head printer is and why. There's obviously no wrong answers. Hey, talk about future ones, because maybe there's ones I haven't heard of that are coming. I know there's like an Atom one coming, kind of Atom 300, something like that. And then there's another printer or two coming out by Savoy or something like that. I might have said that wrong, so sorry Savoy if I did. Or Salvo maybe, I think it's the company. I have no experience with them either. Never used their printers, but I tell you what, they had like this Max printer that looks pretty cool. Like a 500 by 500 by 500 build plate, massive, even bigger than my Cobra 3 Max. So kind of interested in that one in the future too. I don't know how the reliability is on it. Maybe you guys can drop that down there too if you guys actually own one or know if somebody owns one. But yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and end the video here. Like I said, I'll be posting tomorrow. I'm gonna try to get it out with this all put together, post another video. But until then, like I said, like, subscribe. I'm poor, I'm broke, and Snapmaker, put the lid in the box. Thank you.
Mind Shattered 3D.